Hello, class. Jeff McWhorter here. Here's my 4.2 regarding leadership change. As you can see, I'm at work. First of all, so I'm at the radio station. We had a mixtape show that we had bringing to the station. It was about 15 years ago, and the challenge of that was the leadership change in it because of the fact that as the two announcers, me and my business partner, we became the leaders of the mixtape show. But we had to get the two heads of our station to come along with the idea, which was our program director and our music director. Now, the easy part was our program director. Program director was all for it because he's the one that gave the go to the show. But our music director was the one that was a little bit more hesitant regarding the show. He didn't think that this show was needed for the airwaves. He had rather just played music during those hours on Sunday night. So what we did was we had to get him to go along with it gradually. Basically, he was hesitant on welcoming the show to the airwaves because he was in charge of all the music that was played. So that took music out of his hands, and we had to really let him know and show him that this was needed for our station as well as our audience and the people who listen to us and our fans. What we did was we just tactically, just every week we came with different ideas for the show. We just didn't play music. We had different ideas to help the show flow. We just didn't sit on there for 2 hours every Sunday night and just played music. We actually tactically played music at certain points. We gave away tickets at certain points. We had different skits and things like that at certain points to make the show seem more appealing to the audience, which was a success. Eventually, he came around because he wasn't in charge of picking this music. Now, he picked music for the station during its whole tenure, but this show was the show that he did not pick the music for. So, you have a problem with that. Basically ego. If he's in charge of the music, he feels he's to be in charge of the music around the clock. But these 2 hours, we were in charge of the music. So we had to get him to see that, there was a different type of music that should have been played, or different airplay and things like that, to where people can see artists that they normally don't see on your videos or they normally don't hear on your airways. We played underground artists, what we call underground hip hop, and things like that. And some of the famous artists who weren't getting any airplay, we made sure that they got airplay when they had good music. We also gave light to our local community. Big radio stations usually don't give light to their local community, but our main show was based around our locals to make sure that our locals had light, because if you have the locals, then you have the community behind you. So we had to get our program director to see that. We wanted to give him a flow, basically like a flow chart of music, and to let him see how we presented ourselves and the manner we presented ourselves and the music that was played, and to let him know that, look, we're part of this station too. Even though you don't pick the music, we are still part of the station, and we are still making the music and playing the music that the masses do want to hear, that they don't hear on the regular. So once he realized that, and once we projected and we gave him that, that idea, okay, well, I can see where they're going with the show. The show fits into our community, our radio station. He was all aboard, and that was a good moment, because that was the final piece to having everyone at the station on board. Other radio personalities, they were all on board. Some of them were jealous because they wanted to be able to play the music that we played, but they weren't able to. They have to play the music that's already programmed for them. So that is my 4.2. You guys have a good night. Thanks.